Congrats on the 100. Keaysy, how are you feeling?
Thank you. Yeah, hopefully it's going to be a good one. Yeah, pretty excited.
Just had Matthew Nix in here, and he was pretty much glowing at his praise of, I guess, where you are now from where you started your journey. Does this give you a bit of pause for reflection to what you've done it the hard way, I guess?
Yeah, I think that probably sums it up. Yeah, done it the hard way, but yeah, I think that's sort of what makes it worth it and makes it a little milestone. But yeah, no, I think it'll be one that you look back on later on. At the moment, obviously, I've got lots of ambitions and goals to still achieve. So yeah, just feel like I'm really sort of getting going now. I've found my feet through the first 100. It was sort of up and down, and now I can hopefully get some consistent footy with this great team that's going really well at the moment.
Were there moments you thought you wouldn't make 100?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, probably. I never really thought about how many games I would play, but probably at the start of your career when you get drafted, you're probably thinking it'd be nice to play 100 games at least, and then when you in the reserves or not playing, and the numbers of guys around you playing lots of games, you kind of start to doubt yourself. So yeah, to be picked up by Adelaide and playing consistently from there, it's awesome. But yeah, I guess when I reflect on it, it's unfortunately first 100. There's been a lot of there's been some good moments, but mainly it's been a lot of heavy defeats. A lot of sad times at both clubs that I played at. So I'm hoping now it's the time to really turn it around and start playing in these really important big games, and start playing playing to win and get some success.
What were your expectations when you came to Adelaide, given what you were coming off of at Brisbane?
Yeah, no, I thought, since they gave me an opportunity, I probably thought that the rebuild was gonna start. So yeah, I was aware that it was going to be a tough few years. Obviously, the COVID stuff just amplified everything by a lot, and that was a completely different challenge that everyone dealt with. But yeah, I knew that we would have to go that way and start again and rebuild under Nixie. But arriving at the same time as Nixie helped me so much. They put the faith in me pretty early, and I was just able to play a run of games and then find my feet really, and then still going.
What about personal expectations? Did you think you could and would come here and be the regular, getting into the leadership group, captaining the club last year?
Yeah, probably not. I always felt like I've had some deep self-belief. Even when I was delisted and didn't have a job and was planning my next steps, I always felt like I could really contribute something at the highest level. I just felt something. It sort of felt right that was my journey, and then once I got picked up by Adelaide, it was almost like a big relief. It was just like start again, move to a new place, get going with a whole new group of people, and then as I started to play consistently, I sort of thought, okay, now that's self-belief that I always had, but I just needed to sort of be able to show it, and Nixie gave me the opportunity to do that, through those years. So here we are.
What were the next steps you were planning?
What's that, sorry?
What were the next steps you were planning?
Oh, just as I said before, it's obviously been tough playing in teams that have always finished, down near the bottom of the ladder. So the next steps for me is to play in a team that finishes, near the top. So that's where I'm aiming, and I'm trying to do everything I can to help our group achieve that.
Sorry, I meant off field. After you got delisted,
what
were you looking into?
Oh, I don't even know. I was going to play in the VFL and get some work and do something. As I said, I thought that deep down, I thought I deserved a second chance. I thought something was going to pop up, just didn't know what it would be and in what form. And then, once it was confirmed, then got to work.
How exciting is this group, and how exciting is it for you to be a part of in their upward trend as well at the moment? Yeah,
it's really exciting. Yeah, to be able to start here at pretty much the rock bottom of that COVID year, and to just build from the ground up and see the sort of people we've brought in, player and staff wise. It's really exciting. It makes the journey way more rewarding, I guess. And I don't know where we're heading, and I don't know how long it's going to take. And but I'm really excited, and I think it's going to be that much more rewarding for me personally to be a part of this side, because I've seen out the tougher times, and just looking forward to it.
He said that you were responsible for pretty much driving the training standards since you arrived. Was that a real focus of yours that you thought I would be the hardest trainer to earn my spot here when you actually came in?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, some reason I've always been like that. I've always trained really hard and it's been really diligent. Just saw that's always been one of my strengths. I just love footy and love high performance, I guess. And since I was a kid, I just love to train for whatever reason. So probably early in my career, I was just probably early in my career, I was doing that, but I was probably doing it just the wrong things. I just didn't have the smarts, didn't have the sample size of having been around. So I was training really hard, but just wasn't getting any results. So to come here, I probably learned some new things, picked up some things along the way, but that training standard still stayed around, I guess, and just something that I feel like I just have to bring now. And it's awesome to hear compliments like that from Nixie that boys have picked up stuff off me, because that's ultimately the legacy you want to leave.
Coming in at the same time as Nixie and kind of building the club from the ground up, do you feel like you have kind of a special bond with your coach? Yeah,
I think so, absolutely. I get on really well with Nixie. Obviously, being in the leadership group, we have to, and we've got to be that bridge between him and the players. And just really grateful for what he's done. And I think the way he coached me early on was just what I needed at that time. He was he was big on defensive stuff and effort, and he pretty much said to me, if you just bring your defensive side of your game, you'll get rewarded with games. He didn't worry about the skill errors or the mistakes or anything like that. He didn't overcoach that, which is probably what I needed at that time. So him doing that was able to allow me to get my confidence back and find a spot in the team. And then even now, he trusts me with big roles. When there's a player that needs to be stopped or something, he seems to go to me to do it, which is also a big compliment. So he rates me in that area as well. So I love working with him, and it's been awesome to be able to see him grow as a coach as well. Because he was obviously a first year coach in that 2020 year. So he's also growing as a coach, which is awesome to see.
How have you seen the role change going from a lot of centre bounce attendances to not quite so much, and playing a few more of those defending roles?
Yeah, it's obviously a challenge when you've been a ball-winning midfielder for the past couple of years, and then you play the half-forward role where not as much ball comes your way. But I just see it as another opportunity to get better. It's another opportunity for me to affect the game with less ball. Probably last few years I was able to get my hands on the footy and put big numbers on the stat sheet, but probably my effectiveness and my impact on the game sometimes probably wasn't as big. I feel like in this role, you really need to make your touches count when you get the ball. There's a big defensive emphasis on those half forwards, getting up and down the ground, whether it's pressing the ground or it's getting back to help the mids and defenders. So it's another chance for me to add another bit of versatility to my game and grow as a player, really. And I've really loved it. I've loved the challenge, love working with James Rahili, the forwards coach, who I always try and mention, because he's been fantastic for me this year to transition to that role.
Keays, what does the milestone mean to your family and friends, mate, and so teammates that mum and dad been in touch, and how many have come to the game?
Mum and dad definitely coming down with a few extras, but unfortunately wasn't able to get as many friends down to Ballarat. It's a pretty tough trip for people from Queensland to come down there, so that's all right. I told them to maybe come to game 101 if I make it there to Salary said. But no, I'm sure it means a lot. They've always been there for me, and saw the toughest times in my career, early on, and still keep in touch with so many people from Brisbane, and I'm sure they're stoked.
You touched on some sad times, and we've chatted previously about the COVID year and coming in, and the sad times and the good times. Are there any that stick out particularly for you, both good and bad?
From Adelaide?
In general, when you came here and some of the moments you thought, gee, this might not get any better, and some of the moments since it has drastically improved. What are a couple of moments that stand out for you? Yeah,
of course. The COVID year was obviously tough, because I arrived at the club on a 1 year rookie deal and was so keen to have a big impact, and then the season shuts down, and obviously the anxiety was everywhere, all over the industry. But I felt like it was I got given this chance by Hamish Ogilvie and Reedy that picked me up, and now I won't even get a chance to even show what I've got. So I'm going to end up out the other side again. So whatever the AFL did to get that season going was brilliant. It was pretty important for me, because I was able to get in the team and then get rewarded with another contract. So pretty thankful for all that was involved with that. But and then some of the good times along the way. We've had those some of those scalps that we got in 2021, like round 10 against Melbourne, stands out when they were undefeated. We gave them their first loss, and that was obviously a big moment. The big moment for me personally as well, playing a big role in that team. And then last year as well, we had some times where, I had some times where I was struggling with my body a bit, and playing a big role in the midfield and pretty sore, and sort of having to just front up and front up for the boys and just sort of get through to the end. So hopefully this year there's some really good times coming around the corner.
I'll just quickly ask you one game related about Bontempelli. Like, you would have come across him and stood on him in the midfield. Not saying that you'll tag him this week or anything, but what makes him such a dynamic player and so hard to stop in the clinches? Yeah,
I think he's just got that mix of just brute strength, like huge body, but the way he moves and weaves in and out, he's got that elegance as well, that agility. And he's really effective with his kicking and his hands. So he's almost the full package. Good in the air as well. So obviously big compliments to him. He's one of the best players in the game, and probably is the top player in the game right now. So it would be awesome to come up against him. But they got a number of weapons as well, the Bulldogs. So they've been a fantastic team for the last 3-4 years now. So yeah.
So what are you actually mindful of when you're standing next to Bontempelli or centre bounce or something? What's your focus to try and stop him?
What I would do personally, I just pray that the ball doesn't come his way. It's a tough one. You can't switch off for a moment, so you got to stay in the moment. Got to be present. I think as soon as you get caught ball watching a player like Bonts, he's gone. He'll get the ball, pick it up one hand and dish it off, or he's going out and his left foot hitting the target. So just being about staying present, staying in the moment. Playing every second of the game, staying aware.
What's the arrival of Darren Burgess done for your injury recovery and all that, but also your running and your fitness?
Yeah, I reckon he's done heaps for the whole group. I personally so happy with the arrival of Burgess. You obviously knew who he was, beforehand, and being a soccer fan, I was a big fan of his work. So being able to work with him, he's pretty world renowned. There's people from all over the world that know who Burgess is. So to have him here is an absolute privilege, and I think he's done a great deal for the group. For me personally, I even think I've improved my running even again this year, which is phenomenal, especially coming out of rehab. The pre-season, the program, all the guys that we've brought in, pretty much, not just Burgess, has been fantastic for the club. So. Yeah, he's been really good.
But what is it about him? Because there's this mystique about him that Darren Burgess improves these teams, and it's obviously happening with you guys at the moment. What is it about him that makes him different to some of these other fitness guys around the competition that he gets these results?
Yeah, I'm not sure. He might just pick his teams really well. Like, he just picks a team that he might think is coming out the other side and about to peak. But no, look, he's just a great operator. He's got a wealth of experience. They're hard sessions. They're probably harder than we've been used to previously. But I just think he's really well measured. He knows when to. When he cuts training, he's cutting training. He's getting everyone off the field, which doesn't sound like what a great high performance guy would do, but that's what he does, and he's very good with data, and he's just a good fella, just a really good fella. You can really talk to him and open up to him. He opens up to you, and he's awesome.